Hi guys, good morning. Thank you very much for watching this video. And I want to talk about independence within the company. Uh, with I said in the title economy as a family, but I'll get to that somewhere in the conversation. So this is a problem that related to the things that I've been thinking about for these past days. Is that how are you supposed to deal dating within a company? Let's say, for example, this is like a small pieces of the puzzle, right? I'm going to progress through it bit by bit. Let's start it with dating within the company. uh should you allow, is it really the solution to ban people from dating within the company? I think it's different for each company, but essentially what that is, why is it bad? It's a problem of independence, obviously, but why don't the company just deal with that as like, for example, if you are dating with another person within the company, or if you had sex with her or him, you both of you shouldn't be considered a separate entity. Just treat, like, the solution for the company is to treat both of you as different, both of you as the same individual. Because what happened is, like, sex is evolutionary, right? It's an evolutionary thing, it's a powerful thing. You would be emotionally attached to the one that you have sex with no matter what. But look, what do I know, right? I'm virgin. But like, that is logically derivable. Anyway, uh, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Okay, you would be emotionally attached in one way or the other. So there's already a problem of independence. But there's a spectrum, of course, right? Uh, if a husband and wife work within the same company, you wouldn't trust it both with, uh, like, even they cross check each other. You wouldn't, like, if the you wouldn't take their certification of another's work as independent, no matter how objective they are as a person. uh, but they are husband and wife, they are a family, and you should treat them as a single entity. They are not independent. And and what else should I say? So still you need another person to authorize the results of each one of them's work. Like, they could work, like, they could check on each other among themselves, but that is their business, of course. And that is good, it's not bad. But as a company, it would be reasonable for you not to consider them as an different independent individuals. That is a that is a spectrum of what this side. But all the way to that side is are total strangers, right? They are third, you could really say they are third party of each other. And then you would, in the middle, you would have, like, the nephews, the cousins of the cousins. So there are spectrums of independence, of course. And when it comes to dating, someone who is dating within the company, or maybe had sex with each other, or like that, something like that. I'm not saying dating would always involve sex, but what I'm trying to say, that it changes this spectrum, it shifted it. And we got to just face the fact that that's the way it is. So the like, some companies implemented the policy, like, you have to report it. I show it in I watch it in The Office, in Amazon. Like, awesome. So I like The Office a lot. Like, that's a that's a very funny, very smart series. Anyway, like, I don't know how to describe it, I just like it a lot. All right. uh like that, that thing you do because you about uh the spectrum has changed, and then they're not as much of a third party to each other anymore. And it would be great to know for a company to do that. So so I'm going to move forward to bribery, right? It is in denial. I think what we are doing now is denial, because we want to say, oh, you are not allowed to bribe company. But that is just limiting diversification, because if you limit money from being a plate ad, then it would be in another form, whether it is romance, whether it's praises, whether it is like money laundering. You make a transaction with their family, right, outside of the company, and you how would you know that? And it would be limiting the advantage towards these people instead of the other people, right? The illustration is like this, okay? If you are dealing with regular people, with each other, right? This is your mind and this is your dick, right? They are in terms with each other, and um, the direction they would go is straight. But then if there's a very beautiful woman in front of you, this is your mind and this is your dick, and it doesn't really like work with each other, right? So that is what bribery is like. Is like having is like bribery is like a very beautiful woman faced by your company, and it's like making dicks of the people of your company. The people within your company would go this way, and the management, or maybe the main interest of the company would go that way. Definitely. But do human beings don't have dicks? They do, and they live with it every day. And you say, oh, don't bribe anyone in our company, and that would solve the problem. It's like, every one of you women should should stop being pretty. All of you have to look ugly, and then the least ugly of the women is going to be the prettiest. It's not going to solve everything. Like it might do something, but it is not like is it a net positive to the issue? Like, no. I mean, I don't think so. So you live with your dick every day. You have to come into terms with it. So when it comes to bribery, you still want independence within the within the company. If we human being, like, we beat up our genitals until it vomited and passed out, and then we can think clearly. But you wouldn't beat up these dicks within your company until it vomited and passed out. That would be a crime and violation of human rights and employment rules. But what you could do is, like, you diversify. Diversification is the answer. Like, you don't trust them to just one role. You have multiple potential dicks. You're a company, you're not a human being. You could have multiple dicks. So this would be the alternative solution. You can have multiple dicks that have multiple interests. So even though it is not 100% solved, but it is facing the problem instead of denying it. So if this guy really swayed, that guy could still be relied upon. Okay. And the second solution would be, the company in the first place shouldn't put their trust in their employee. I think we should move forward from that. It is nice to have company employee relationship, but the thing is, we are human beings. We have our own family, we have our own children. We're not going to be married to our company. It is not healthy. We're not going to put all of our eggs in one place. Why are we having an employee employer relationship? The next step to that is to have partnership. You can work at many different companies, and companies should expect that. It is something that is to be expected. Now we have all of these crazy rules regarding employer employee relationship, like it's some kind of marriage, like it's some kind of bond, like it's so stifling. it's not it's not ideal, but we could move forward from that. That is to have the right expectation at the very beginning that these people are separate. These people are not my wife. These people are free to do whatever they wanted. So I shouldn't trust them with my life at the very start. And I should diversify, and they too should diversify. They too could go to different companies if they wanted to. I know that not all jobs, it's hard to apply that to every single job, but like that's the right direction to move forward. Um, like for example, waiter, um, like accountants, right? You can have independent accountant working for you, like a tax consultant is an independent entity, but it is doing your company's work. It knows your internal information, but it's tied to a confidentiality contract. It doesn't have to be married to you, and that is what's healthy in the very beginning. You should have a competition, you should have diversification. And we learned this at business school, right? That diversification is this wonderful thing, is this magical thing. Why are we not spreading it onto the world? Why are we reducing it instead? It's not like, no, that's not the direction to go. um what else? So yeah, so if you have like one employee dealing with one thing, the same thing could be dealt with by another guy. And if this guy says this and that guy says differently, then you would have a synchronization problem, which is much needed actually. Extra cost, yes, but that's facing the problem instead of denying the problem. Independence. What else? Yeah, so that's two solutions to the independence problem. And what else that still wanted to say? I think I'm missing a point. Um, but it's already 13 minutes. It's long enough. Probably you guys need to go to pee or something. Please do that. And I'd like you to watch my next videos if you want. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.